picnic table has been a tried and true backyard staple for generations, but it doesn't have to look or function like a plain table if you don't want it to. I got some neat ideas on how to add a custom built-in storage feature that's super cool and multifunctional. For this built-in storage table, we're gonna create a custom center console, show you 3 ways to utilize it, and give the table a nice paint stain combo to finish it off. Here's my design plan. I am going to create the built-in kind of storage trough in this center board here. This picnic table has 5 boards, and I want to make sure that I have a large enough area for storage, so I'm thinking like 36 inches. What I like about this idea is instead of putting stuff up onto the table, we're gonna put it down into the table, which means that I have to worry about what's going on underneath this picnic table. I don't have 36 inches between the existing brackets, so what I'm gonna have to do is remove these side supports and slide these down to accommodate for my trough. But don't worry, I'm gonna come back afterwards and put a little bit more support in. That will be the final step. Rather than reusing this exact wood and having to deal with taking all these nails out, I'm just gonna use a new piece of 2x for my supports. Now that we have a clearer view of what's going on under here, we actually need to flip the table over again so we can remove the middle board. We're also reusing the existing large nails that were holding the boards in place. And just a reminder, be super careful and aware when you're working around any exposed nails. All right, this board is out, and remember, save this board, you're gonna need it again later. All right, so I'm taking a couple quick measurements here. My opening is about 5.5 inches, and I know that I wanna make it 36 because a couple different ways I wanna use this built-in area. I wanna be able to throw some ice in it and use it as a cooler for drinks. I think that would be perfect down the middle. I want it to be an awesome s'mores station for the evenings. We can put all of our s'mores ingredients in there, and then when it's not in use, I thought it would be really fun if it could also accommodate some plants. So it'll look decorative all the time, no matter what the use is. I'm going to build a simple box for our center console trough. I wanted it to be 6 inches deep to perfectly accommodate drinks and plants. The exterior of the box will be built with 2x8s, and we're adding a 1x piece in the bottom to give us our 6-inch depth. I went with a 36-inch length. There'll still be some table space on either side, but it'll be big enough to hold drinks and other things you might want to put in there. A window box planter could also work fine as well. It depends on your table and what size you want your trough to be. If you plan to use ice or plants in your trough, you can easily create drainage by cutting 2 holes with a hole saw and adding rubber plugs into the holes. When the ice melts or excess water from plants gets into the trough, just remove the plugs for quick and easy drainage. To attach my center trough, I'm going to use this 90-degree angle iron, and then we'll go up into the bottom of the table. My next step is going to be to find the center point of my trough, and then I'm gonna find the center point of the table so that I'm perfectly centered for my install. My box is centered vertically and horizontally, and I'm gonna use the same screws, which again, will hold my angle iron in place and not pop through the table. It's really important. Now that our box is attached, what I need to do next is put in new supports. I have a 2x4, and it's gonna go right up against the box. Okay, so now you can see that we have our trough set down on the inside. The only thing we have left to do is to fill back in our left and right boards. This is the board that we saved, and really kind of simple method to mark this out. Line up the board so we can just basically trace our cut line. We have our existing holes in it, so I'm gonna tap it down. So our center console area is installed, our boards are back in place. This is looking really great, but table still has a bit of a wiggle. I put the horizontal brackets back in place. I cut the new ones and put them in, but I also cut new angle brackets that are gonna go between the side of the picnic table and our new box in the middle. This is really gonna do the trick to shore the whole thing up. To finish off this picnic table, I'm actually gonna do a combination of paint and stain. I think it's gonna give it almost like a little bit of a modern farmhouse vibe to it. I'm going to paint all of the base and the legs with black paint. Then I'm gonna use a rustic beige stain on the tabletop and the benches. I think the combo is gonna look really nice. If I want this to get even darker, I could do 2 coats. I'm kinda gonna see how this first coat, how the wood absorbs it, and then make that decision. I I love how this table turned out. I love the way it looks with the two-tone paint and stain combo. And of course, I love how simple it was to make this a multi-use versatile table. I hope this project inspires you to think about your picnic table a little bit differently. I would love to hear if you try this project, so leave me a comment and let me know. And as always, all of the products that I use throughout this video are linked in the description below. Thanks, friends.